News at 10.
Good evening. A well-known ethics attorney has finished an internal review of spending in Congressman Jim Hagedorn's office. The move comes after the congressman fired his chief of staff following a spending spree of taxpayer-funded communications.
The congressman released the internal review on his Facebook page today. Our Zach Fuller dug into the report and walks us through the findings.
Have an internal investigation going on, or review.
That was Representative Jim Hagedorn on August 17th before a President Trump rally in Mankato about how he became the highest spending congressman in the country. Hagedorn's office spent nearly 40% of its yearly expense allowance in the first quarter of this year, about $270,000, on printing and mailing, which his opponent had questions about.
This is not just an ethical issue. It is not just an issue of right and wrong. It's a question of legality, frankly.
After firing his chief of staff, Peter Sue, Hagedorn launched an internal review.
The review is pending, so when that's over, we'll be able to get you more information.
That brings us to Monday's release of the findings by attorney Elliot Burke. The review states Chief of Staff Peter Sue was responsible for contracting with both Abernathy West and Invoke to handle printing services. Congressman Hagedorn weighed in on the content of what was being printed, but did not select either vendor. The review found, quote, Abernathy West shared the same co-working address, phone service, and registered agent as Artemis ESB, whose CEO is Mr. Sue's brother, end quote. That connection was not denied by the former chiefs of staff, who Burke says did not fully cooperate with the investigation. The review also confirmed earlier reports that John Sample, a part-time Hagedorn staffer, is also a part owner of Invoke. The review cites the House Ethics Manual that states neither relatives nor anyone a member of Congress has a professional or legal relationship with can directly benefit from the allowance. Lastly, the review states that Hagedorn has not overspent his $1.4 million allowance and is presently on target to operate at a surplus for 2020. Zach Fuller, KTTC News.
The review also says, quote, Congressman Hagedorn fully agrees that he is ultimately responsible for actions of those in his employ, even when those actions are taken without his knowledge, end quote.